Hey everybody, David Guerra here. Welcome back. It is Thursday. You know what that means? That's right. It's time for hashtag Training Thursday. How are you? Hope you had a great holiday weekend. Hope you enjoyed your time off. But now we're back at it, back at work. It's time for some training. And today we're going to talk about time management. I know nobody wants to hear about it, but it's something that's very important, and that's why it's got to be done. So we're going to talk about time management. And time management is one of those skills that must be mastered. It's non-negotiable. We have to master time management because it'll get away from us. Time will just slip on by. Next thing we know, what got done? Nothing. And then we're called up in front of the CEO's desk or the carpet there, and it's not a good turnout. It's not a good time. But time management is one of those things that we have to master, not just in our professional life, but in our personal life. It's one of those that we have to work on as a one complete cohesive event, thing, managed skill. Now, see, let's just say it's like baseball. You're a baseball player and you want to be known as the greatest baseball player ever. Well, guess what? If you're the greatest hitter ever, you're still not the greatest baseball player ever. You're not playing the entire game. You're just hitting the ball. And if you're the greatest fielder ever, the person out there in the field, and you're the greatest one, or whatever it is, pitcher, first baseman, shortstop, whatever, outfield, you're the greatest one, well, you're still not the greatest baseball player. It's when you master both ends, the offense and the defense, into one, that you become the greatest baseball player ever. And the same thing goes with time management. You have to be able to manage personal and professional. You can't keep them apart. They're who you are. It's your life. It's what it is. So let's dive in. Time management is defined as an act or process of planning and exercising conscious control over the amount of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, or productivity. Now, that's the general definition. But if you notice, it doesn't say business productivity or business efficiency or personal effectiveness. No, it's a general statement, but it applies to both. If it had just said personal effectiveness, then we know we were talking about personal time management. But we're not. We're talking about as a full entity unto itself. So let's start with the easiest one, and then we'll get a little deeper into things. But the easiest one, the one item that you can use right now to increase your personal effectiveness, you increase your time management, and that item is your calendar. I guarantee that at any given point throughout the day, you are within arm's length of at least one or two calendars. Think about it. It's true. Your PC, your smartphone. You're sitting at your desk, you got a personal computer up front, there's a calendar on there. Your cell phone definitely has a calendar. Your smartphone definitely has a calendar on it. And use them. Use them as much as possible. See, personally, I use one calendar that's synchronized across 3 platforms: the PC, my smartphone, and my watch. That's it. I enter it one place, or I can enter it any of the 3, and it's synchronized to all 3 items. How's that? Now, there's peace of mind when it comes to doing that. See, I'm much happier knowing that the important stuff has been entered. I'm even happier that I don't have to worry about when it's going to happen or am I late. Because if I had entered it, which I do, then I know it's going to notify me in plenty of time. It's going to remind me something's going to pop up here, or a little bell's going to ring on my phone, or on my PC something's going to pop up, and I know that I've got time to deal with it. Another byproduct of using the calendar to its fullest, here's a little secret, something that a lot of us don't get to do, wish we could do more of, but we don't do it enough. Folks, use your calendar effectively and you can say no with no problem. That's right. You can say no to people so long as you're using your calendar. See, the thing is that with your calendar, you have now built in these blocks of time that are non-negotiable. That you can say, well, I'm sorry, I'm already scheduled for this, or I have an appointment at this time, or I'm out of town, or I'm already tasked to do something else. And you can say no. But the beauty is that just as easy as you can now say no, you can also say yes. And you can say yes because you don't have to worry about, well, do I have something scheduled? No, you can just look on your smartphone, you can look on your PC, you can look at your watch, and you'll know whether your calendar is full or not, if you've got available time. And it's just that simple. It works for other people. You see them put videos out. My calendar's this, my calendar's that, and I squeeze in 30 seconds here. I'll squeeze in 3 minutes there for this person or that person. But you know what? They can do it with no problem because they've got it. They've written it down and they know what's available to them. Now, you can also assign levels of priority to the things you do. Lunch with your son, non-negotiable, top priority. That's set in stone. You can't move that around. Lunch at your desk. You can move that around. Refilling the copy machine. You can do it at first thing of the day or at the end of the day. You can move that around. You can do it right now. Why don't you go do it right now? Well, wait until my video's over, but then go do it. Do you see what I'm saying? If you have to schedule everything, do it. Do it. And you know what else? Speaking of scheduling everything, why don't you keep track of the things you've done? The conversations you had, who you met, at what time. Put them into the calendar too. And it will serve another purpose, another byproduct of using your calendar. Because you're using your calendar, you're marking down when you talk to people, when you meet with people, how long you talked to somebody, who you met, you answered an email, you're on the phone with somebody. You start to see these patterns of what is good time, what is bad time, what's time that's wasted, and what's time that's used wisely. And you can start tweaking it and start working it to figure out your patterns. You know, that Thursday afternoons after 3, nothing's going to get done because for the past 6 weeks, you've done this and you've wasted time. Now you can start figuring out, maybe set an appointment at that time, a meeting, something to think about. But you start seeing these patterns using your calendar, and then you can start tweaking it. You can start working it, and you can start making things better for you and for everybody else around you that you work with. Hashtag Training Thursday, what we're talking about is time management, using your calendar. A couple of takeaways from all of this. 1, use a calendar. If you haven't used one, use one now. You've got one. It's on your smartphone. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. It's hard to find one without one. Unless you can somehow get in there, root it, delete your calendar, but there's still something there. Use one. Post anything and everything, no matter how mundane it is. Post it. Post it on there that you did it, or you plan to do it, or you're going to do it. Make an appointment to go get a haircut. Make an appointment to go drop off the books back at the library. Do that. Mark it down so that way you don't have to remember things. Life moves too fast, everybody. And when it's moving too fast, things tend to slip. But if you've got them written down, if you've got them on the calendar and it's going to remind you, get back on track. Definitely get back on track. Speaking of on track, you also get to track the good things and the bad things. That way you can start weeding out what you're wasting, what your time wasters are. You start to identify them, and then you go from there. And most importantly, do this. Do it all the time. Do it every time. Any chance, any moment you get, do it. Just take a couple of minutes. Use Siri if you have an Apple phone. Use Siri and say, hey Siri, set a reminder for, set an appointment for. That's it. It's that simple. Folks, my name is David Guerra. This has been Hashtag Training Thursday. Time management. Use your calendar. Until next week. Talk to you soon. Take care. Be sure you follow me on Twitter at Dave Guerra. Talk to you soon.